I empathize with the committee on the size of the job that it has and the Parliament on the size of the job, and wish them the best of luck. Our submissions came from no less than 5 agencies and 9 independent experts. Only one of them was available at the short notice that we had. Had we had more notice, I would have produced a bench similar to a football team to enable you to consider all the points. And you should bear in mind, therefore, my responses will be limited to the things that I have experience on, but as I've said, we'll continue to provide evidence into you on the range of matters. There was a question around the view on surgery carried out by adults in an informed and consensual way, and how that is different from surgery that is imposed upon people. And I think it's self-evident. The answer is that it is informed, it is consensual, and it is undertaken by an adult. The same person talked about the impact on teachers and indeed spoke to the specifics of parents' liberties under existing treaty bodies, the liberty of parents to bring up their children in particular ways. I think the point being made is that the law, in so doing, will also infringe upon other people's liberties, including teachers, to be able to be involved in choosing to bring up their own children and or provide instruction in ways that are outside of a law that has made this restriction. So rather than actually enable liberties to be experienced by all, the bill could, and remember this is what we said, the bill could then constrain certain liberties. And so the balance is always making sure that in achieving your own rights, you don't infringe upon other rights. I think you've asked for a raft of evidence. There are close to 50 pages, and at least 4 of those pages are endnotes and footnotes. So the evidences abound in that document, and what we tried to do in the very short period made available to us was the opportunity to just summarize the key points. But I would refer, and I think it's been circulated, I would refer you all to that document in great detail, where a number of these points are made, and it's actually almost, it refers specifically to the clauses, and both in the treaty bodies as well as not. Just a point around, again, our purpose, and I reiterate that we provided an advisory, though I must say that Ghana is a member and co-owner of the United Nations, so this dialogue where Ghana is here and the United Nations is over there is probably a bit of a false dichotomy. Ghana is not only a member of ECOSOC, which is the governing body of the United Nations, but sits on the Security Council of the United Nations. So this attempt to separate the UN from Ghana, and Ghana has a very proud history of participation in the UN. And I think, so this attempt to separate the two is something that it signed up to those treaty bodies. And I think, just to comment on threats, we certainly don't believe in threats. In fact, let me tell you very clearly, the High Commissioner of the Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights has specifically cautioned against sanctions and their impacts on human rights. And so that is how the UN approaches this particular matter. So I know that my colleague, Victor Madrigal, well, he's not my colleague, he's an independent expert. Victor Madrigal Bolos, who's one of the independent expert mandate holders, is available to provide additional clarifications on technical matters which I am not technically qualified to provide. I'm the resident coordinator coordinating the activities of 32 specialized agencies in Ghana. I cannot speak on behalf of all of those.